Taken along, goes in. Ready, set, racing. I Am the Sheriff was the last of them in, but the first of them out, with Hard to See Uber Mover and pushing through, looking for the lead as well as Our D'Amour. Coming over now is Designer Prince, and also parking right on the speed, Heaps of Moolah as Shawadi Waddy kicks up near the inside as they go into the first corner, leaving the straight. They're followed by Arrow Swift and Revoose, followed by Rodamonte, then Dinkum Girl, who's back there in company with Winifred. And so as they race along by Beckett's Gate, passing the 1800 up Matheson Road, Designer Prince was given a little more rein, went to the front trying to cross in front of Uber Mover. I Am the Sheriff over on the outside of those. A length and a half back behind them came Our D'Amour. Shawadi Waddy settled down running fifth on the inside. Around those then Heaps of Moolah. Between horses Hard to See, a little more than a length to Arrow Swift. Rodamonte trapped three deep as well. Revoose is in the middle, and then 2 lengths to Winifred. Back last of all is the absolute despised Ruffy and Dinkum Girl. And so as they put the 1200 behind them now, Designer Prince headed out to the riverside of the course, in control by 2 I Am the Sheriff and Uber Mover. A length and a half Our D'Amour. A similar margin then at the 1000 came Heaps of Moolah. Shawadi Waddy next on the fence. A length away Hard to See, the same margin Rodamonte. 3/4 Revoose. Over on the inside is Arrow Swift. Second from last is Winifred, and trailing the field is the rank outsider Dinkum Girl. Designer Prince making play. 750 left to go by 1 on I Am the Sheriff, who's now being ridden for dear life. On the rails is Uber Mover, followed by Our D'Amour enjoying a perfect run. Then Heaps of Moolah. On the fence, Shawadi Waddy. Rodamonte's covered additional ground. Hard to See struggling for the moment, still well back Revoose, Arrow Swift, Winifred, and forget about Dinkum Girl as they turn the corner on the point of the bend. And now making its move, I Am the Sheriff ranges up, grabbed the lead from Designer Prince. Hill goes for the stick on Our D'Amour. Then came wider out Heaps of Moolah. Shawadi Waddy starting to wind up as well. I Am the Sheriff, Our D'Amour. They're together past the 150 down the outside. Heaps of Moolah, Shawadi Waddy near the inside, but Our D'Amour's responding under the vigour of Hill, and Our D'Amour wins it. Our D'Amour beat home Heaps of Moolah. Shawadi Waddy could have just got the bob of the heads for third with I Am the Sheriff, and they were followed then by Hard to See, who's down the outside in company as well with Revoose. Winifred made up ground. Arrow Swift, Designer Prince. Further back behind those Uber Mover, Rodamonte, and behind those tailed off last is Dinkum Girl. Our D'Amour has won race 6 on the card. Given a sweet ride there by Boy Hill. Our D'Amour has beaten Heaps of Moolah and Shawadi Waddy after the running of the Glenroy Chaff Handicap. Our D'Amour, the Hallebeck mare, posting her second win from her past 3 starts, prepared by Liz Stremple, and she was given a great ride there by Ryan Hill. Heaps of Moolah, Patrick Carberry second. Shawadi Waddy just getting the neck down for third in front of I Am the Sheriff. The winner by Hallebeck out of a former Belmont Oaks winner in Parc d'Amour, raced by C.G. Blab. Ryan Hill, the rider, scored 3/4 of a length, half a length second and third. Time 2:19.34, 37.85. The closing 600 there. I Am the Sheriff did get out underneath of Our D'Amour and brushed it, probably getting it off balance a bit at the 200 mark. So a good performance to overcome that little prat and then keep on going. Was certainly finding and giving. I don't think they were going to get past it. Our D'Amour is a pretty tough nut when she's in the zone. Second home in the race, Heaps of Moolah by He's a Decoy from Fabulous Moolah. Bernie Miller, Pat Carberry. Third, number 7, Shawadi Waddy, a Blackfriars mare from Adapac. Brad Rawilla for trainer Danny Morton. The last today, the C Corp Handicap. Outcome 5, Weapon Sun, 15, 16 and 17 as well. So let's go down now. We'll catch up with Brittany, who's currently down there just chatting away here with Liz Stremple after the victory of Our D'Amour, which is in good form.
Okay, to stand there. Certainly is. I have Liz Stremple with me now after the victory of Our D'Amour. And Liz, what were the plans going into the race? Did Ryan expect that he'd be able to land in the spot that he did?
Well, you know, today she had the better barrier, so we were hopeful that if she jumped well enough that's where he'd end up. He knows her very well and he knows what he's got under him, so he rode her really well and got the result we wanted.
Last start, did she just have to do that bit much work to eventually get to the front? It just took away from her in the finish?
Yeah, yes it did. I think she was wide for 800, you know, and that's a long way. And I actually thought she boxed on well to run third. So we came in today really reasonably confident, yeah.
Well, you certainly would be if you go back at that 2 starts back and the margin that she put on them that day. Yeah. Today was another nice performance. Is she just an out-and-out stayer?
Yes, I do think so. I think the further they go, the better she'll go. Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing her progression. Well done.
Thank you, Brett.
Liz Strempel there after the victory of Aldemore, and Scott, it seems a case of the further the better for her. We know that run last start was over the 2,000 metres and she covered plenty of additional ground on that occasion and probably was entitled to fade, and she ended up running third. But that start before, when she was able to win by over 4 lengths, was impressive, and she's back in the winner's circle today.
She certainly is, and so is Ryan Hill. Ryan just probably had to do a little bit too much work last start.
Yeah, he drew 10 of 10 and there was no speed in the race and they all drove up underneath me, drove me mad. But today we drew the gate and we could do that, so it worked out perfect.
You probably drive them mad in the jockey's room, so it's nothing new. What about today? It looked like you got a wonderful run.
Yeah, she's the opposite to you, Slip. She'll stay all day, this one. She'd run 32. Alan set a really good tempo down the back, just even the whole way, so it was good. Didn't turn into a sit and sprint, and she just keeps grinding away.
Only a Class 1 today, but she feel like she could win a Class 3 and maybe even a week graduation in time?
I think she will win a graduation because she can stay. If nothing wants to lead, she'll roll along in front and make her own luck, which, as you know, in these staying races is half the battle.
Congratulations, Ryan. Well done.
Thanks, Slip.
Aldemore takes out race number 6, the Glenroy Chaff Handicap, defeating the one Heaps of Muller and Show Waddy. And in for 4th was I Am the Sheriff. I thought that horse was honestly going to run last on the corner, but credit to Jerry Noski, never gave up on the gelding and has been managed to box on to finish 4th. 5, 1, 7 and 8, the numbers out of race number 6 at Ascot.
And we can paint the town, 'cause who wants to sing the blues? So some you win or some you lose. It's all a catch-22.
Are you not happy where you at? Huh? Fuck it off then. Just making up for nothing when you cut your losses. You haven't got it made, but you got your options. Ditch smokes for sleep, ditch shots for